We're just a couple of nerds getting sidetracked with side quests. I'm Adam.
I'm Kaya, and every day is a new side quest.
Hello, wanderers, and welcome to Layton's Mystery Journey, Catriel and the Millionaire's Conspiracy. So this is a Layton game. I thought, after beating Case of the Golden Idol and just playing a few puzzle games, I've been wanting to play this one for a while. I absolutely love Professor Layton on 3DS and all the games for it. And there is a new game coming out this year, 2026. I don't fully remember. They've shown a bit off of it. I'm beyond excited for it. And so I thought, you know, after beating Case of the Golden Idol, I wanted to play this one for a while, so I thought, hey, this is going to be different, but I want to play this game. Hopefully everyone will enjoy it and stick along for the ride with me until the new Professor Layton and the Steam Train, I think is what it's called. I'll put it up if it's not. Comes out some point. So I'm excited. Hopefully this goes well. So let's get right into it and start a new game. And that new game name is Adam, because that is me. So let's do it. I'm excited for this one. I know it wasn't as well received as the other, like, actual Professor Layton games, but I'm still very excited because the format should still be the same, puzzles the same. I'm assuming the story will obviously be different because it's not Professor Layton, but I believe it's supposed to be about his daughter, from what I remember.
Daddy?
Herschel Layton, look at him. Look at that guy. I love that gentleman,
Where are
dude.
you going? Daddy? Daddy?
Oh, that's sad. She just wants her daddy.
Right then.
Time to get up. God, I still love, like, their art style, their cutscenes, animation style that they have for all of the Professor Layton games. Just so good. Just so charming, so unique, but not unique. Like it is kind of. It's that level 5 art style they get sometimes, but
Today's the day. My journey as a detective starts here.
first day on the job sounds like. God, yeah, no, I played all of the Professor Layton games. And honestly, I've been itching for another game like that, to where I've been wanting to almost replay them, but it's hard to replay puzzle games. Like, I know it's not like puzzles in the sense of like, here's this very specific thing. Like, they're kind of abstracted mini game puzzles in Professor Layton, but it's still the same kind of thing of like, well, I mean, if I've seen it, I can probably remember the answer. So it's not the easiest thing to replay without somewhat losing the enjoyment out of the game.
Dear
But
Lucy,
dear Lucy,
I've opened a detective agency on one of London's most happening streets. Any mystery solved, That's the Layton Detective Agency's motto.
Any mystery solved. Sounds like a pretty good motto to me.
I can't wait to find out what mysteries are waiting for me. You must come and visit me if you have the time.
Yeah, come visit.
Yours faithfully, Catriel.
Gotta visit Catriel. She's first day as a detective. Like, come on. Lady and a Tramp prologue.
Phew. There, all done.
Hey, you there!
It's a talking dog.
Was it you?
Yes, it was the
Can you
dog.
really solve any mystery?
Oh, a talking dog.
You're not surprised?
It's only talking.
Only talking? Is it true? I want some proof. Can you really solve any mystery?
The
See,
dog
behind
wants
that
proof.
sign gives me an idea. Let's see you try your paw at this puzzle.
All right, let's do it. Puzzle 001. First puzzle of the game. Care for a cake? Yeah. Care for a cake worth 20 picarets. The letter K has fallen down from the sign above the cake shop. Use the 3 triangles to make the letter K inside the box. Place the hand over triangle using the left stick, then pick up the triangle by holding down A. Grabbed it. You can move it around, rotate. When the K is formed, the success message will be displayed automatically. So we need to make a K. I'm assuming. How big are these ones? Okay, these aren't as big as I thought they'd be. I think I see what they're going for. I think, roughly. Like, that's sort of a K. Or is that not quite the K they're going for? Do they want more like this? That's not gonna make a K though. Trying to look at the K they have in the bottom left. See what exactly they're wanting me to do. Because, I mean, I look like a K to me. I'm just saying. That's first puzzle of the game. And you know this is going terribly. God, it's been so long since I've played this type of game. To even, like, understand. To get back into, like, this kind of story. Yeah, like, is that not a K? Or does it matter? Like, am I just... Do I not have to fill the box? Maybe that's the thing. You know, just... make the K. Make it smaller or something. I don't know. Or maybe let's make it against this one. Just saying, that looks like a goddamn K to me. Don't know what they specifically want. Sorry, this is getting weird. And also, my cats are being extremely fucking annoying. I mean, this is a big triangle. Like, that has to be there. Like am I just supposed to make, like, am I supposed to put them connected? I don't understand what they're wanting me to make the K out of, personally. This is a bad start to a fucking puzzle game, but it's what I got. Okay, can I just use a goddamn hint? Yeah, okay, that's not helpful. Right side up against the right hand edge. Isn't that what I did? This is not right side up. What do you mean right side up? Like, it's not the most helpful. Like, what kind of K are they fucking going for? Fine. You don't need to use the two triangles to form the K. Arrange the triangles so the entire box looks like it contains a K. Is that not what I've been doing? Like, I swear to God, that's what I've been doing. Or maybe these need to be more rotated. Ah, all
I've
right.
seen how to solve this.
No,
now.
that's me. I'll take that.
A
I'll take
mystery
I'll
or
take the
puzzle
blame for
solved.
being an idiot. Don't worry. I promise this does not bode for how this entire episode is or the series is going to go. It's going to go a lot better than this. It's been a while since I've played this kind of puzzle game. It takes a very specific mindset. I'll get them. Don't worry. Don't worry.
All right. You seem to be up to scratch.
You'd
Thank
be
you.
very wrong.
Why don't you step inside?
You weird talking dog. No, that was me. I didn't know what they were looking for, and my brain was not thinking of rotating the
What
triangles.
can I do for you?
Look at me.
I'll take the
It's
blame
obvious.
on that
What?
one.
I'm a talking dog.
Yes, I can see that, and
And? All right then. And I have total amnesia.
a dog with amnesia.
If I could just remember my parents, it might make more sense.
Will
I
it?
feel like I'm me, but not really me. I don't even know if I'm pedigree.
Is that all?
No, that's not all. I want you to find out who I really am.
You're a dog.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. I'm a talking dog.
Got anything else? A diabolical box that kills you? A letter from the future? A relic from an ancient civilization? Nothing like that?
No, nothing like the other Layton games. This is going to be more
This is my first inquiry.
homegrown.
Perhaps it's
Just
fate.
hey, you
All right
got to
then.
start off
Any
small.
clues?
Well, not everyone.
You don't
can hear
just
me talk.
immediately get the giant case.
Some can, some can't. It's very rare to find someone who can, actually.
That dog! It just spoke! Oh.
And here's another rare someone who can hear you talk.
Apparently, whoever this is.
Apparently, he's my assistant. I told him I don't need help, but he won't listen.
I really don't
What?
need. No one wants that.
Yeah,
What's all
no.
this about, Miss Layton?
This talking dog wants me to solve the mystery of who he is and where he comes from. So, we've had our first inquiry.
Incredible, miss. Such a fascinating case from day one. Your reputation obviously precedes you.
So, I don't believe you told me your name.
Ernest. Ernest Greaves, miss.
Not talking about you, dude. The dog. The talking dog. Come on.
That's just what he's like.
I see.
Jeez.
Have I said something wrong?
Yeah. No one's asking for your name.
Anyway,
I can't even remember my own name.
well, do you remember anything else at all?
I've got a vague memory of a tower or something falling down, and then lightning flashing across the sky.
That's it.
Goodness, golly, not much to go on, is it?
Who
Yeah,
are
it's really
you?
not a lot.
It certainly isn't.
I mean, you're a dog.
I've no other cases at the moment, so why not? I'll do what I can.
You will? Well, that's great.
Oh, but I must insist on my fee, even for man's best friend.
I'm not poor.
Well, here's the paperwork then. Now, you'll need a name. How about Shirl?
Shirl?
You said you can't remember your name. So, I've thought of one for you, with inspiration from the
Sherlock
famous
Holmes.
Sherlock
Of
Holmes.
course.
It really suits you.
Is it because he's a
that's
basset
splendid,
hound?
sir, being named after such a
I
prestigious
feel like
figure,
there's something in
Like I
Sherlock
said,
Holmes, but
who
with
asked
basset
you
hounds.
anyway?
Look. Here. Shirl O.C. Combs. Shirl's a great name.
For a girl?
Don't yap,
Not
Shirl.
Cheryl. It's Cheryl.
Calling me that.
Surely there's no need to get angry.
Cat, are you in?
Ah,
Who's this dude?
Inspector Hastings.
Ah, inspector. Always got to be an inspector. Sure, save my abysmal progress so far. My goddamn one puzzle that I completely sucked. Oh, Inspector Hastings, whatever is the matter? You look positively beside yourself. You won't believe what's happened! Who is this loudmouth, long-nosed nerk? He's got more collar than me. This is Inspector Hastings, Cheryl, from Scotland Yard. Despite appearances, he's actually responsible for ensuring London's safety. It's also weird with voice acting where it's like, oh, it's all, these cutscenes, and now it's like, well, I guess I'll read it. But they have actual voices, so I feel like I should read it in their voices, so apologies for my terrible accent. What's that mutt doing here? Don't tell me you've gone and bought yourself a pet cat. A pet? A pet? Do I look like a pet? Don't answer that. I mean, yeah, you literally are a dog. So you do look like a pet. Ah, it looks as though Inspector Hastings can't understand what you're saying, Cheryl. Of course he can't. Like I said, it's an exclusive club. Most people just hear woofs and barks. I mean, but again, you're a dog. Yet in a straw poll of these present here, 2 out of 3 are in the club. Very exclusive. Can't help it if a snooper snitch here isn't one of the enlightened ones. What are you muttering about, cat? Sorry, Inspector. To answer your question, no, Cheryl here isn't a pet. Rather, he's my very first client, the first to have signed on the dotted line and enlist my services. It's gotta be weird, especially if someone can't hear the talking dog, to be like, my first client is a dog. This little pupper that barks and woofs is a client who's going to give me money. It's like, that's very weird. Well, strictly speaking, miss, he can't sign anything, of course. He's digitally impaired. Excellent observation, Ernest. Let me rephrase that then. The first to have put his paw print on my paperwork. Is this some kind of wind-up? Well, anyway, we haven't got time to be discussing pets. Got a case I need you on, cat, and I need you on it right now. How intriguing. Why the urgency? And why do you need me in particular, Inspector? Because we all know you're the best. You've proved that when you've helped me in the past. Your little gray cells on the case will have it resolved in no time, I think. I hope. Well, probably. His confidence in you is inspiring, cat. Also, I feel like my voice is changing literally from character to character, and every time I read the same character multiple times. So, keep track of, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not a voice actor. Don't you worry, Inspector. There's not a case in the world that Miss Layton couldn't crack. Any mystery solved. That's the Layton Detective Agency motto, you know. Well, let's hope you can put your money where your mouth is, because we need all the help we can get on this one. Perhaps it's time you told us what has actually happened, Inspector. Well, it's hard to believe, to be honest. I mean, you'd never expect something like that to get nicked. Something's been stolen. A burglary case, is it? Of sorts, yeah, but not your average run-of-the-mill burglary. This affects everyone in London and the whole of Britain. Gosh, really? Whatever could be so important? Think you better just come to the scene, then I'll explain everything. That sounds like a very good idea. Lead the way. Hello? Isn't there a little matter we're forgetting here? What about figuring out my true identity? Oh yes, well, the trouble is, this new case just sounds a lot more interesting. Wow. Interesting? You decide which cases to investigate based on how interesting they are, do you? I mean, I don't blame her. It definitely sounds more interesting, but it is also kind of like, wow. Come on, cat. Exactly. I'm glad you understand. Well, pardon me for only being a talking dog. Really must try harder to be more interesting. Oh, now, Shirley, don't be like that. Your case is important to us, but we're experiencing a high volume of inquiries at present, and you've had one new inquiry. One. Never mind. Clearly, Inspector here has his knickers in a twist about something. Let him jump the queue if he has to. Good. That's that settled then. Now, let's get to the scene and start investigating. Where are we going, Inspector? Just down the road, as it happens, to Big Ben. Big Ben? The Elizabeth Tower, I presume? Not Burly Benjamin, who lives a few doors down, surely. I mean, it'd be weird if it was Burly Ben. Case 1, the hand that feeds. Okay, puzzle 1 aside, I've really missed Professor Layton. Like, just the charm of it, of, like, you know, just being good, happy fun. You know? Like, it's not dark, it's not gloomy, it's just, you know, just kind of, it's not happy because, like, stuff's happening, but it's just, it's got the charm of it. Apparently the hour hand is missing off of Big Ben. Good gracious, the hour hand, it's missing. Yep, I'm afraid so. It was reported to us this morning. So that's what this is all about. One of the hands from the clock tower has been stolen. Unbelievable, isn't it? We've got to catch the hooligan who did it and get the and back quick and smart. God, the X. But there are 4 clock faces on the Elizabeth Tower, aren't there? Even if this 1 hour end is missing, the other 3 faces will still show the correct time, surely. That's right. I mean, certainly it may be a little inconvenient, perhaps, but to describe this as affecting all of Britain, isn't that rather an exaggeration? Yeah, my better half said the same thing, but it's much worse than a bit of inconvenience not knowing the right time. The problem is we're due a visit tomorrow from Ambassador Fustufafa. Fustufafa? I don't have absolutely no idea how to pronounce that. Fustufafa. Fustufafa. I don't know. I can't say it. I cannot say that any differently, so hopefully that's how it's pronounced. Otherwise, I will correct myself if they ever happen to say it themselves, because otherwise I have no fucking idea. Oh yes, I remember reading about it in the Times. It's the anniversary of the Treaty of Rome, isn't it? What does that have to do with the Elizabeth Tower? The ambassador is going to be received at venue in sight of the Houses of Parliament in Big Ben. And as a symbol of the timeless friendship and cooperation between our 2 lands, they plan on giving him a present. A pendant modeled on the hands of Big Ben. Oh dear. Yeah, so you can only imagine that the conversation is going to turn to the subject of the clock tower. Be like, hey, look at this present we're giving you. Now look at the actual thing. But don't actually look at it because something's happened to it. It's not going to look too clever if the very hands the pendant is modeled on have been half-inched? Half-inched? I'm assuming. Yeah, never heard that one before. Half-inched by some low-life scoundrel the Met can't catch. Obviously, it'll be plastered all over the foreign press as well. It's a bloomin' disgrace is what it is. I see. So that's why you're intent on tracking down the culprit and recovering the missing hand before tomorrow's engagement. Exactly. We really need your help on this one, cat. Of course, I'll do everything I can. Our national pride is at stake here, as you say. Well, that's a relief. I was worried you'd turn me down. Obviously, Scotland Yard will be carrying on with its own investigation at the same time. It's all hands on deck. Got officers scouring the area around the tower, so you can ask them if they've got any leads. Leave it to me, Inspector. We will get started at once. Gosh, miss, it's so rousing when you take the bull by the horns like this. Oh no. No, wait a minute. What now? Well, as this is our first case since the establishment of the Layton Detective Agency, I'd better show you the ropes. Let me explain how I like to carry out my investigations. Oh yes, please do, Miss Layton. In investigation mode, the cursor on the screen changes to be a magnifying glass. Use the left stick to move the magnifying glass around and examine every inch of the scene. Sometimes when you move the magnifying glass over a particular point, it will turn orange. When you identify a point of interest like that, press A to find out what's there. You can also use the directional buttons to quickly snap the magnifying glass between people and other areas of interest. You need to master both controls. So the left stick to move the magnifying glass around, or the directional buttons to choose an area of interest rapidly. Alright, I think I've got the hang of it. Got the hang of licking her boots. Yep, but sorry, I mean you're a fast learner, Pinstripes. So let's get straight down to business and start investigating. Let's start with the top of the lamppost, shall we? My voice definitely changed drastically there. There was two many voices that were so close together in my head and the way I was doing them, that shifting between them, it did not go well. Golly, a little coin dropped down. Look. Yes, that's a hint coin. They can buy you hints when you're solving puzzles. Yes, I know that because I have already used 3 on the very first puzzle of the game because I didn't know what I was doing. Yay! Of course, like real money, once you spend them, they're gone. So only use them when you really need to. I mean, in fairness, you know, just you and me audience, we're talking here. In fairness, I did really need them because I didn't want to... I'd rather have spent the hint coins than spend this entire episode somehow on that one fucking puzzle. That would be embarrassing. I see. So hint coins are shy little creatures, are they? Come on, cat, what are you dawdling there for, eh? The case, the woman, the case! Now, Inspector. Less haste, more speed. Investigations need to be carried out carefully, and above all, you must record everything at each step. Teaching grandma to suck eggs, aren't you? What? Let's just go over the most important items in my bag. I'm assuming this is the tutorial portion of the episode. Select the bag icon in the bottom left corner of your screen, just to open up the bag menu, or you can just press X. Cat's journal contains all my notes about the investigation so far. Very useful for recapping. Archive the case, choose save, yeah, that's fine. Puzzle index, this is any puzzles, you can come back to them, whatever. There's brand new puzzle and daily puzzles. If you also dive into my wardrobe from time to time, I can pop into some different outfits. Oh, apparently there's a dress up in this game. Blimey, you got enough in that bag of yours, cat. Ever heard of tidying? It's this crazy idea where you actually get rid of the stuff you don't need. Oh no, it's perfectly fine as it is. The trick with any handbag is to know where to find everything, and what to use when. Good, that's covered the fundamentals of the process. Now let's begin. Blocks are awfully high off the ground, though, aren't they? Then you must zoom in, Ernest. Zoom in, miss? How do you do that? Alright, I'm gonna skip through this a little bit. Sometimes you may notice magnifying glass changing the blues. Then is a place where you can zoom. Press A to zoom. Extremely important to be thorough. So why don't you zoom in on the clock face? Sure, let's zoom in. Shoom. It's true, the shorthand really is missing. I mean, I didn't need to zoom in to know that it was missing. I'm just saying, you could clearly tell. Oh, there are all of them, so it's literally just the one. So that's kind of weird. Why would you choose just the one face? That's weird. Even a shorthand from one of the clocks on the Big Ben clock tower could be a very sizable object. Not something that would disappear easily. Obviously, we've searched all around the clock face as well as the base of the tower. But that answer is spread into thin air. Haha, this is turning into a very interesting case indeed. Quarter of London doesn't know what time it is, and you call it interesting. Alright, now that we know what we're dealing with, it's time to start investigating. Start by stepping back and looking at the bigger picture again. Zoom out. Where do we start, Miss Layton? Well, time is of the essence. We have to solve this before Ambassador Mustafa arrives tomorrow. Let's begin by asking Inspector Hastings' team what they've learned. That's right. Why do they work yourselves when you get someone else to do it for you? Nonsense, Shro. We can't afford to duplicate effort, that's all. Of course. Come along, then. Alright, let's talk. Well, I guess we see what he has to say first. Inspector Hastings, can you summarize what you found out so far? Not a fat lot, really. There was a Bobby on the beat here last night who confirmed nothing was amiss at 11:50. It wasn't until 6 this morning that we got a report from a stunned local who happened to glance at the clock. Came to confirm the report straight away and found it to be true. The hour hand was well and truly gone. So at 11:50 last night, the clock was fine. But by 6 this morning, the hand was missing. So, we're looking at a window of about 6 hours in which the crime was committed. That's about the size of it, yep. Wasn't there anybody else who looked at the clock tower in that 6-hour window? We're looking into that now. I've got officers asking locals if they saw anything. There must be someone who looked at the clock in all that time. No doubt if we went door to door we could find some witnesses, but we just don't have the kind of time. So we just have to manage with what we know already, you mean? Pretty much. And those hands are massive. It would have taken someone a fair old while to make off with it, that's for sure. 6 hours. Fit the clue into the right pace. This is slightly new, I guess. That's an interesting way that they've developed their clue system. As your investigation progresses, you'll unearth certain key pieces of information. Each case has 6 clues. Once you found all 6, you'll be able to solve the case. Memorize some statements. Alright. If you want to look at the clues you've gathered, open her bag. Okay. Alright. Alright. Ah, it's so exciting to be investigating a case at last. What do we do first, miss? Start by meeting members of the public, Ernest. Gosh, that sounds like a proper detective work. Let's find out if anyone around here has noticed what's wrong with the clock tower, and if they might have useful information for us. There's kind of a lot of people here. How do we know who to ask? You talk to everyone. Anyone who will answer. You just go up to them and be like, tell me about the clock tower. And if they say something, there's more than one place to investigate next. You'll see multiple magnifying glasses. Alright. Once you've examined one of the places, will be marked with a tick. So keep an eye on that. Alright. Let's... I mean, this guy's got a camera. Let's talk to him. Douglas Dirt. Top of the morning to you. Got a moment to answer a few questions. Oh, alright. I'm investigating. I'm assuming that's a typo. Yeah, that's got to be a typo. There's no way he's investigating. Investigating. I'm investigating the extraordinary disappearance of the little in the hand of Big Ben, see? So did either you happen to see any, or maybe it's not a typo, maybe that's how this person just talks. So did either of you happen to see anything around these parts last night? So this is, for instance, a person or persons transporting a large hand-like object. Gosh, he gets straight to the point, doesn't he? Yeah, it's hard to read. He's asking the very questions I was about to ask him. Oh, where's me manners? Oh, sorry, I'm Douglas Dart. Everyone calls me Doug. I'm a reporter with the London Times. See, are you readers at all? Oh, I'll say, personally, I think the London Times is the best paper in the city. Ah, you're too kind, lad. Although I do make it my mission to dig up the most dirtiest of dirt and uncover the most unsavory of zoos. And at present, as I mentioned, unfortunately, I am investigating the disappearance of Big Ben's hand. As it happens, we're investigating the same thing. Perhaps you might share anything you've learned. Sorry. Investigating, you say. Well, there's a turn up for the books. You don't look like detectives, I must say. If I'd had to guess, I'd have pegged you as a long couple out walking a lily dog on this delightful morning. Well, I am a detective. Haven't you ever heard of the Layton Detective Agency? Layton? I know the famous Professor Layton, of course, but I didn't realize he had an agency or people in his employ. I'm trying to read him fast because I feel like in some ways to me that's how he would talk, but it's really hard. Oh, he's nice to have signed up with a complete unknown. Really inspires confidence. Oh, what a blow, mind you. I didn't really expect any different. Don't worry, Miss Layton, you'll be famous soon enough. Anyways, it happens I was at the office all evening yesterday penning my latest article. I did not observe Big Ben at all. I'm afraid to say that my own investigation is just getting underway. I have nothing to impart at the present time. I see. Well, thank you for nothing. Wish you all the very best with your ongoing investigation activities, of course. Likewise, sir. Good luck with yours. Maybe he'll stop taking pictures of us. Hand hiccup for iconic Big Ben. Petty crime or international conspiracy. Alarm bells ring across Britain. Aha, stories like these write themselves, eh? Gami thinks it's gonna be a smasher. Certainly is. If we don't solve this before the story breaks, there'll be all kinds of repercussions. You're right. We must press on with our investigation. And then I'm assuming we talked to this shady-looking dude. Stash and Scarfin. Stash and Scarfin. Is it because he's got a mustache and a scarf? Yeah, well, how long has it been, would you say? How long? I'm sorry, do we know each other? I'm fairly sure I've never met you before, sir. Know each other? In a way, yes. In a way, no. His scarf's too tight. People are like leaves washed along in a river, sometimes meeting, sometimes parting. You rather lost me, I'm afraid. I am not supposed you noticed anything about the Elizabeth Tower last night? I was already dreaming sweetly by nightfall yesterday. You're an early sleeper, are you? So you wouldn't have seen anything. Is that all you wanted? I tell you what, how about a little puzzle talking by the mind? A puzzle? The world is full of puzzles, Ernest. Sometimes during the course of investigation, people do come out with puzzles for you to solve. It's all part of the process. Let's see what sort of puzzle we're dealing with. Oh, so much reading, so many accents. The clock is currently showing the time as 3:30 p.m. It would be nice if the hand of the clock would show midnight. What would be the minimum number of places you need to touch on the clock to show the desired time? Select the answer frame to display the input screen. After confirming, you'll see what you have written appears in the frame. Change your answer. Okay. How many touches? What would be the minimum number of places you'd need to touch? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 3:30. Wouldn't it be nice if the clock showed midnight? How? What are you touching? Like the hands? Is it just 2? You know, move that. Move that. Am I crazy? 2. Or no. 0, 2? I don't know. 2.
This
Probably.
is an interesting one.
Probably wrong. Yeah, I don't
That's not
I don't
like
understand
me.
what they mean by touching. How to get the clock to show midnight? Can you think of a way? I mean, I can think of a way in my head, but like, there's nothing to interact here. Would be the minimum number of places you would need to touch on the clock to show the desired time. It's currently 3:30 p.m. and it would be nice if it showed midnight. So obviously just moving the hour hand and then moving the minute hand does not count. What are you touching then, though? I don't understand what you're touching. God. So many puzzles, so many bad time. No need to touch the hands of the clock. Okay. Interesting. No need to open the front or take the clock apart. What are you touching then? I'm so confused. This is a time-related problem. Time will solve it. So there's no need to touch the hands, and there's no need to take it apart. Is it just 0? Like just 0? Like just wait. Is that the answer? I swear if it's
Do it, I
is.
think.
Oh my god, is it just fucking wait? Oh my god, it was literally just wait. Oh my god. You did it. There's no need to touch the clock. All you need to do is wait. I guess no, that's yeah. I mean, it makes sense obviously, but like And that's why I was like, I don't understand what they mean by touch the clock, because if you're touching the clock, you just put it there. But clearly, they actually get it to show midnight. Minimum touches would just be 0 because you would just fucking wait. Well, I'm gonna end this episode there because that puzzle was a trick, and I don't like being tricked. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this. Even if the puzzles are bad, by that I mean I'm bad at them. Hopefully you stick around for the story, because Layton games always have a really good story. And again, they're just charming fun, and I love them, and I'm excited to dive deeper into this, but that'll wait till next time. So until then, I'll see everyone later. Goodbye.